Here's another one that we're going to teach you, another little story, the study that was done. Leaders have a certain look about them. University of Cyprus researchers found entrepreneurs with dreams of being a huge success are more likely to have a symmetrical face and prominent cheekbones. Still, these facial features had no bearing on whether or not they'd actually find great success. Lead study author, Dimosendis Stefandias, said the findings from our research suggest that facial appearance is associated with the emergence of leaders, but not with their subsequent business performance.
You're talking the chiseled features of a Chuck Schumer or Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Can you please do your Mitch McConnell speech? Droopy dog.
Yeah.
We'll move on to something else. How about, let's go with, this is interesting. So it turns out that people with certain personality traits are more likely to become criminals. University of Copenhagen researchers found that people with a high willingness to take risks or who were impatient are more likely to commit crimes.
So people with good cheekbones.
No, not that. But people who are willing to take risk.
I'm going to set your home on fire.
That was a very Joker at the end of Batman type of laugh right there.
Well, no kidding, they're more likely. They're more likely to take risks. Committing a crime is a huge risk.
Researcher Klaus Kreiner explains, our study clearly shows that preferences such as risk tolerance, impatience, and altruism predict the propensity to commit crime.
Klaus Kreiner clearly collaborated with Clementine Kligel.
Yeah. Other research suggests that it is possible to influence these behavioral parameters in children and young people, which can be very important in relation to the development of criminal behavior. So they're saying to keep an eye out for people like this who might show these tendencies.
I sent you an extensive article on what goes into building like a sociopath, like from Ted Bundy to Bernie Madoff, to people who have this collection of things that set them in motion. And Preston, some of the best movies have featured kids that are starting to early display signs of this, like The Bad Seed.
Oh, yeah.
All of those movies have that sort of, this is troubling. I hope this doesn't become a lunatic when this kid grows up.
So that particular study, which I have here, yes, they've identified 5 key personality traits that are common among famous psychopaths.
All right.
Now, Kathy, this might be interesting because it steps outside of the obvious, which is that other story. So, and these psychopaths would include serial killer Ted Bundy, fraudster Bernie Madoff, and Robert Clyde Barrow. But they also looked for shared traits in 6 men total. So Ted Bundy, Bernie Madoff, Clyde Barrow, James Bond, Sherlock Holmes, and Chuck Yeager, who have all previously been identified as psychopathic.
Whoa.
Chuck Yeager.
Yeah.
Huh?
American hero.
Yeah.
Broke the sound barrier.
He used to strangle old women.
No, he didn't do that.
All right.
They found, listen to this. So it is very
A lot
interesting.
of time to kill here on the base. You mean time to literally kill? Yeah, what did you think?
So they found that Bundy, Madoff, and Barrow are all psychopaths.
That's a great law firm.
Guilty of callousness.
Here at Bundy, Madoff, and Barrow, if you don't pay, each one of us will come and kill you.
They are all psychopaths guilty of callousness, manipulativeness, dishonesty, arrogance, and cruelty. The research was conducted by the study, or it was Christina Crago in Virginia and Thomas Widger at the University of Kentucky. Now, there remains considerable debate as to what are the core traits of psychopathy, or is it psychopathy? I'm not sure. They say in their research. One approach is addressing this question is to identify the traits that are present in persons said to be actual or even prototypic examples of psychopathy. According to the team, Ted Bundy, Clyde Barrow, Bernie Madoff, Chuck Yeager, and 2 fictional men, James Bond and Sherlock Holmes, have all previously been described as psychopaths. But for the study, they prepared case histories for each of the 6 men spanning 3 to 5 pages long. Researchers then recruited volunteers to read through the case histories and score each of the men on comprehensive range of traits that have been listed in various psychopathy scales used in previous studies. Now,
So unnamed people would come in, not knowing who they were, read these profiles and determine what they felt about them.
yeah, so here are the 8 traits that were found to be common in all 6 men, okay? Low vulnerability, low self-consciousness, low anxiousness, fearlessness, boldness, assertiveness, dominance, and excitement seeking.
So the same trait that might allow a Chuck Yeager to say casually, yeah, I'll go up and try to break the sound barrier, is the same one that'll make Bernie Madoff say, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'll ride it for as long as I can.
Yep, it's similar. So, however, these traits can also be used to describe people not considered to be psychopaths, suggesting that the past studies to have used them as measures of psychopathy may not be reliable. So what they're saying is they may have not been looking for all the right things to determine what an actual psychopath is.
Right,
okay?
right.
So you can have all these traits, but not be technically
Like a lunatic.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A deranged
Right.
person who has no empathy.
And to what degree do you have it? And how committed are you? Obviously, Ted Bundy had a number of these to the max.
So the 5 indisputably psychopathic traits were those related to antagonism, callousness, manipulativeness, dishonesty, arrogance, and cruelty. Yeager, Bond, and Holmes didn't show these traits.
The competing law firm.
So they
Hello.
they're licensed in your state. The other guys aren't. So they can't be described as psychopaths, according to the team. These 3 men have been mistakenly identified as psychopathic in the past simply because of their fearlessness, boldness, assertiveness, and dominance, traits found in but not exclusive to psychopaths. I'd never known that they were considered to be under that umbrella. Chuck Yeager and Sherlock Holmes, even though it's fictional.
But think about what would take. Again, there is a level of fearlessness that allows someone to, hey, this guy at work, I'm going to chop him up and cook his body in a crock pot.
Right.
The same person might say, hey, you know what? I'm going to try to climb this mountain, or I'm going to. I mean, there's a similar. I wouldn't say cavalier, but there's an attitude that allows them to do that.
A fearlessness of some sort. So, yeah, they the study said that Yeager, Bond, and Holmes, the law firm,
365 days a year, anytime, day or night. At Yeager, Bond, and Holmes, we answer the phone.
are also heroes, although the hero and psychopath are, this is what they said, are twigs from the same branch.
Uh-huh.
From this perspective, the hero and psychopath may not represent twigs from the same branch, but entirely independent branches.
It's a great
the team
Miley
said.
Cyrus
So,
song.
Anyhow, Yeager was the least psychopathic person out of the 6. He only showed thrill-seeking and low anxiousness.
What did they say about his murdering old women?
They didn't. I think they left that out of the study, which is that seems like a
That
mistake.
seems
to
like
me.
something you'd want to include.
Yeah. So thought that was pretty
It
interesting.
is interesting.
Yeah.